Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
We have this more topic which we will be covering today, and I am thinking to cover editable list views as well. Editable detail views and editable list views. How to make we can see in our PCF file, right? There is an edit. There are buttons. Edit buttons available. Those can be added to the list views and the detail views. To make our list view, detail view editable, and it can be added to any PCF file apart from the input set. We have discussed that, right? Let's suppose what are modes. Let's suppose you have a requirement that there is a page, there is a detail page. And at this section of this detail page, you are referring some input set, which is containing some information. Like the 2-3 fields, it is containing the information about the person. But the requirement says as per the subtype which I have for that particular contact, right? These 2 fields will change. Suppose my subtype is a person type. This contact which I'm looking for is a person type, right? Then I want to show these 2 fields in this particular area. If my contact is a adjudicator type, if the subtype is adjudicator, then I don't want to see these 2 fields. I want to see these 2 fields. Similarly for attorney, I want to because the display fields will be changing, right? For there would be some unique fields only specific to that particular subtype, right? But here we have 2 options here. Either what we can do is we can create multiple PCF files. Multiple input set files we will create, and we will write a condition here in the def property. But we cannot write up any condition inside the def property. That's the main thing. How do we handle this? We handle this situation using modes. Mode is like a switch statement. It will check for the subtype. Whenever we land on the page, it will check for the subtype. What is the subtype of the contact? Based on that, it will pick up the input set. And there is in the switch case, we have default option also, right? If nothing matches, then default will execute. Similarly, we have default mode for this particular mode as well. We have to. That is mandatory, and that we have. If we are defining the mode, we have to define a default mode. That is mandatory because if suppose it is not matching all the 4 subtypes, then it will pick up the default input set to be displayed here. That's from the functional side of it. What is the purpose of modes? Now how the modes are created? Let's take an example from our training app itself. I'll just start my. Just let me open the PCF file for the modes. I'll go to the AV contact. We were having that AV contact PCF file, right? Summary PCF file where we are doing the changes. Summary. We were doing the changes on page correct. This was the file where we are doing multiple changes earlier. Let me check whether I have any mode in this particular file or not. I don't see any mode here. Let me check the detail screen. You can see here there are multiple this section shared section mode. Let me open this mode here. This is under some other file and it was referenced here. You can see here we have multiple subtypes of AV contact, right? Those subtypes are mentioned here. A V company default. You can see there is a default mode. There is an AV place for suppose let's say the contact type is AV place. And AV legal venue for both of the modes, we want to show this particular screen. If it's not like we write or condition in Java, right? It's like an or condition in a mode. For these many subtypes, if suppose for these all the subtypes you want to show one screen, then it will be, the screen will be visible here. You can do it and default mode will not show anything. It will show only these two values. First, let me open an account. Let me go to this detail screen. What I'm going to see here in the mode section, right? In the personal info, I could see this personal info. This is the section I think license info, driver license and state. You can see here, if it is a person type, then we are seeing driver license and state. Let me open this PCF file. I'll do Alt-Shift-W to see what PCF file I have. This is the I think PCF file AB contact detail %db. You can see the modes here. Whatever we are creating here, right? Automatically the backend Java classes will be generated for these PCFs also. When we compile the code, right? When we run the server, it compiles in the backend. It will compile everything to a format where from which it can read it. Like in Java, we create during compilation, it converts to .class files, right? Similarly, those are the generated 4 files and we cannot do any changes there. It will automatically be changed once we do the changes. PCF. Modes can be used with detailed views, list input, set list views, car views. Info, vars, screens, everywhere we can use the modes. If you want to hear, we are talking about only 2-3 fields, right? That's why we have used input set. Suppose we want to use for complete object. If you want to show the detail of the complete object using the modes, right, we can do it using detail views also. We can create multiple detail views with the modes. And what are the steps to create a mode? First of all, suppose if you want to create a mode for this particular section. I'll go to the. If you click on this round button, right, it will take you from the file structure. It will take you that particular file in the left panel. Got particle location. You can see all the modes related to this particular input set. If you want to create a new mode, then you have to just click on right-click New PCF file. Give the name of the PCF file. The PCF file name should be same for all the modes. Person subtype input set. I'll create an input set. And I have to create it as a mode, but I don't know which one is missing. A B indicator is done. A B attorney is done. A B person. Let's see if I want to see any other subtype, right? What I will do is I will go to the data dictionary. I'll go to the training app. Here my data dictionary is useful. I'll go to the build folder and I'll open the data dictionary. It will give me all the values of the A-B contact. What are the subtypes of the A-B contact? I saw that I have a B person, right? Already mentioned a B person here, and a B doctor is also mentioned already. A B person is mentioned. A B doctor is also mentioned. A B attorney is mentioned. A B person vendor, it's not mentioned, right? A B adjudicator is mentioned. A B person vendor is not mentioned. Why not a B? Alan, I can create my fields here. I can create a column. Text input. And I need to get the properties as I have to create the required variables also. I can check from here also. I can take the reference from these PCF files as well. I'll create name in AB contact. That is object name. AB contact. And AB contact as AB person. With the as keyword, what we are doing is we are typecasting from a bigger data type to a smaller data type. From a parent to a child object. Person. And then here, as you can see here from subtype, if we have a child object, we can access the parent fields, right? With the dot notation from the child object, correct? But here we have parent object, not the child object. If we want to from the parent, we want to access the child properties, then what we have to do? We have to do typecast. Correct. A string we need to provide. I'll give a cell phone number. Or let me check if something else I can do. Name also I can do like on in label, I'll mention person. My input set is created. And my mode is also created. Right? I'll just what I have to do here now. I just need to do Alt Shift L to load everything in my database. Sorry, in my application. I don't think I have any contact with the person. I need to check that. Default is already was there, right? You can see this default. Default is already there. This to the modes for other subtypes are all was already there. What we just did is we created a subtype with a B person vendor subtype PCFI. And we have added this person vendor name. That's how these changes are done. These modes can be created. As I've shown you right here, it is created under PCF page configuration. Because all these are PCF files. All the PCF files will be generated in the PCF only. There is no special repository for this. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.